And welcome to Hot Takes and Headlocks, the only show where we interview you, pro wrestling fans, about your love for professional wrestling. I'm your host, Joe Zaletta. We have a great one for you tonight, but before we get to our guest, hit an F5 on that like and subscribe button on the Hot Takes and Headlocks YouTube channel. And while you're at it, do the same for the Hardcore Sports Network channel, the best YouTube channel where you get all you need for all things sports: news, watch-alongs, live reactions. If you're watching live, light up our interactive chat and be part of the conversation. Let us know where you're chatting to us from. The more engaged our audience is, the better we can make the show for you. And finally, if you want to leave us some feedback or you want to be on an upcoming episode of Hot Takes and Headlocks, email me at hottakesandheadlocks@gmail.com so we can schedule you for a future show. And now, our guest tonight, he needs no introduction, but guess what? He's going to get one anyway. He is the co-founder of the Hardcore Sports Network, content creator for Stream Punk Entertainment, coming to us live from PA, our resident stream daddy, Mitch Kofsky.
I love that introduction, man. I love it. And especially the fact you got me on my birthday today. So
Happy birthday.
Appreciate that. So I'm watching the Eagles right now losing, and I'm here with you. So let's get this started. I'm excited.
The man that can watch a game and be on a live stream all at once, man. A man of many talents, man. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. I had a nice birthday, got a nice haircut to shave. I'm ready to go.
Alex is in the chat saying, "Go Cowboys."
There you go, right out of the gate.
Right out of the gate, man. Oh, man, I'm excited to have you just because, honestly, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now without you. You had a large part in helping me build my confidence to not only have my own show, but now I'm basically running my own show. Like everything that I've known so far, I've learned from you. I've learned from Pyro. So this is a special one for me.
Yeah, it's a very special one, especially the fact where we started from the beginning with this little project. In the beginning, right? You started with Xavier, then you had Nick on for a little bit, and then you had, who was after that? AK. You had AK on for a bit, and then it's just like, you know what? He's going his own thing, interviewing fans, which I love. Like, I think that's a great concept. I haven't heard it anywhere before. So.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's something it's something that just seems to come naturally for me. This you're right. This show has gone through many changes. The evolution of this show, it's nothing like what it was before when it started, right? But we need to get through those hoops to find that niche, the thing that the thing that works, right? And that's what this is, man. So I really appreciate it. It's almost like we're coming full circle. But let's get right down to it, man. So this is us interviewing you about your fandom, right? Me interviewing you. So starting from the very beginning, right? Let's start at the beginning. What are your earliest memories of watching pro wrestling?
So my earliest memories, where do I begin? It's actually, I'm going to start off how I got involved in professional wrestling, where I began. So I was actually in this very spot right over there. I was just sitting down flipping through the channels, right? There was no sports games on, so I'm trying to find something to watch. And I turned on SmackDown. I believe it was on Fox at that? No, it wasn't on Fox. What was it? Sci-Fi. It was on Sci-Fi at that time. So I turned it on. And I was going through, it was with Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. The promo about Eddie Guerrero and how Randy Orton goes, he's down there in HELL. So I'm like, that's how I got hooked. It's like from that promo on. And then after that, I saw Mark Henry wrestle that night. And my sister came here and she's like, Mitch, why are you watching this guy get beat up? I'm like, I love it. I'm like, I just love it ever since then. Yeah. How you doing, Nick?
What's up, Nick? Thanks for tuning in, dude. So Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, So I'm just trying to time that back. So I think that must have been around WrestleMania 22 season. So
That was my first Mania. That was my first one.
really,
Yeah, that was my first one.
how old were you then?
What year was 22?
That was 2006.
So I was 12.
Wow.
I was 12. Yeah, around there. And then I don't think I told you this, right? I don't think I told anybody this. But my bar mitzvah, when you're Jewish and you turn 13, you have a big party, right? My theme was actually WWE. That was actually my theme. So I came out to the John Cena music. It was just really great. Like that was the best thing I remember. And Nick was 3. Stop making me feel old. I just turned 31 today.
Nick, you were 3 when you first started watching wrestling. Damn, man, you started much earlier than I did. I was 10. I was 10 when I started watching pro wrestling.
Yeah. And my guy Cameron's in the chat. What is up, Cameron?
What's up, Cameron? Thanks for chiming in. You guys, please chime in where you're chatting to us from. Right, Mitch might know, but I don't know. And
Yeah.
let's let everyone watching know where everyone's chatting from, if you guys don't mind.
Of course. And guys, please subscribe to Hot Takes and Headlocks. Here's the link. It's going to be in the chat. So please, it's also in the description below as well. So please subscribe there. Really appreciate it.
So you started watching in 2006, and that same year you ended up going to your first WrestleMania.
I wasn't going. I watched it. Like
You
we
watched
paid
it.
for
Okay.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The only WrestleMania I've been to was 40. That was it. That was
Gotcha.
it. I did not go to any other ones in New York, New Jersey. No, that was the only one. No.
Yeah, because that one was in your backyard, pretty much, right?
Yeah, it was right there. Night 1, so cold. I'm like, that was beyond cold. And then, yeah, yeah. Nick is actually like
Mount Laurel,
5
New
minutes.
Jersey. Oh wow, I didn't
He's
realize
like
you were from Jersey.
he's like 5 minutes away from me. We're actually
Oh,
getting lunch tomorrow, actually. So
good stuff. Good stuff.
yeah, yeah,
All right. So you start watching wrestling,
yeah.
and right out of the gate, you're loving it. And what are your friends saying? What is your family saying? What are their reactions to you liking pro wrestling?
So my parents, 10 minutes away. My parents were just like, they didn't really know I got invested that early, that young. So they were like, Mitch, you like it? Just keep watching it, because I was like 13 when they found out, like 12, 11. And my make-a-wish was John Cena. So let's keep that a buck there. So they knew I loved it, and they were like, okay with it. My friends, they were like, about time. Because everyone else was watching him like when they were 9 or 10. I started
Wow.
late. I started when I was 12. So my friends were like, "Did you see The Rock and like all this?" I'm like, "No." It was like right after The Rock.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't often since I started this version of the show, I
Yeah.
haven't spoken to anyone, maybe just one person actually. But I've there haven't been that many people that I've spoken to that started watching after the Attitude Era. You started watching after the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
So at this point, have you gone back and caught up a lot of Attitude Era moments?
Yes. Yes, I have. Stone Cold, with the beer truck, obviously that one. Now was Edge and Lita thing, was that ruthless aggression or was that attitude?
That was 2006. So
So
that
that
was
was like,
Ruthless Aggression.
yeah. So okay, what else? Like Stone Cold and Vince McMahon rivalry, that was my favorite thing. Undertaker throughout his whole WrestleMania run, like I watched each one. Like, dude, that was my favorite, and then that was pretty much it. So I can remember Triple H and all those guys. So
I see now I feel like I have to just bring up random Attitude Era moments just to see if you've watched it. Because then if you
yeah.
haven't watched it, I'll be like, get on it immediately and start watching it. Like one that comes to mind right now. Do you remember, or not? Do you remember? But have you seen clips of when Kai and Tai would come out? They would Kai and Tai was Funaki and Taka
Yeah.
Michinoku. They would come out and they would be speaking Japanese, but then you would have a dub of somebody else's voice dubbed over them, speaking for them.
I I don't remember that. I really don't. So I gotta check that out.
So it's kind of like a Japanese dubbed movie. You know, you see the Japanese actor, you see their mouth move. They're clearly speaking Japanese, but they got an English dub voice over them.
Oh
So
wow.
so WWF at the time was doing that. And funny enough, the person dubbing over their voices was Shane McMahon.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. What?
Yeah. You got to look back at that, man. It's so hilarious.
What the hell?
Oh man. Uh Choppy Choppy your Do you know about Choppy Choppy your PP?
No.
Okay, you got oh my god. All right. You got to watch that one too. You're going to have to
Yeah.
make a list. If anybody else watching, if anybody else is in the chat, suggest some attitude era moments. Let's have Mitch write all of them down because there's a lot that he needs to catch up on that he probably has not seen.
Yeah. Probably. So I've seen the WCW thing with Shane McMahon.
Okay.
Obviously everyone told me about that I should check that out. So that was the first thing I ever did. Um, like I don't remember minor stuff. I'm not into that. I gotta figure it out. I gotta find them.
And you know they'll replay a lot of the more really famous stuff, the stuff that I guess is still appropriate for even today's day and age because a lot of what they did before is not appropriate. But like you'll have Booker T and Stone Cold doing the grocery store fight. Oh no.
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh okay. I was
Yeah,
nervous for a
I know.
second that you didn't see
No,
that
I
one.
know that one. I just got a notification on my computer. I had to turn it off. But
Uh,
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
uh Undertaker putting Stone Cold and Stephanie on the symbol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. The Stephanie McMahon wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
So at that age when you start watching, right?
Mhm.
Uh when you think back to that, were you taking all this in and thinking like this was real, or did you already were you already um wise enough to it enough to understand that it's all a show, it's scripted, these are characters?
So I kind of knew that when I first started watching with Rey Mysterio and Randy Orton, because not every time someone says HELL.
Right.
Not everyone says that. So I'm like, okay, this has to be a show, right? Then I saw some of the matches, like they were great and everything, but it's just like it's definitely scripted. I knew that for a fact coming into walking in.
I definitely did not know when I started. I thought everything that was going on was legitimate, for real, happening. I just thought it was normal for someone to go and like punch their boss in the face or something like that. You know,
Oh
Stone
wow,
Cold and Vince McMahon. I was young, man. I was 10, so
yeah,
I had no idea. Plus, I think the biggest difference between when I started watching versus when you started watching, man, the internet was taking off in 2006. Whereas
yeah,
when I started watching, I started watching in 1996.
yeah.
Yeah.
How'd
And
you get into it? How'd you get into wrestling in '96?
I went to a friend's house and he happened to be watching a random episode of wrestling on Saturday morning. It was called WWF Superstars,
Right.
and it was Tatanka versus Tito Santana.
Oh,
And I see these huge, larger than life characters. I see Tatanka in what he's wearing, Tito Santana what he's wearing, and my eyes were glued to it. I wanted to know more about what was going on. And then when I realized that these guys had entrances, I was I was sucked into the entrance because every entrance was unique to each superstar. It just happened to be a random Saturday that I went to my friend's house. He had it he was watching it and I started watching it too.
Yeah. So your parents were okay with it at the time?
Yeah, I didn't get any pushback from my parents. The only awkward times was when, you know, they they could have walked in at any point when I had wrestlers fighting each other, but it just so happened that they would come in when the divas would be fighting. And they would be doing probably the not the most appropriate things to be watching at that age, but it's like, you're watching this, the girls are doing this. No, like, mom, come on. Like, there's guys too, like.
Yeah. Uh-huh. So Nick actually just hit 600 2 days ago. So yeah, my second channel is growing like at a rapid pace already. So
Wow.
yeah, second channel.
Congratulations with that.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So as of late, so we just had Clash in Paris, right?
Yes.
And one of the biggest things that I took away from that was seeing that Becky Lynch is now on camera aligning herself with her real life husband, Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah.
So first question with that, and I think we talked about this briefly on the Raw watch along, but do you think this is a temporary thing, or do you think she's that permanent fifth member of the Vision?
I think it's not permanent because we all know what this is setting up for. We all know it's going to be CM Punk and AJ Lee, who's rumored to be on SmackDown tomorrow night
That's
to
right.
make her return. So I don't think it's going to be. I think Becky and AJ, if this is a long-term thing with AJ Lee, they'll go one-on-ones for the IC title. I feel like that's where they're going to go with this. And then with Punk and Rollins, they will keep on doing their feud, which honestly, I'm getting kind of tired of a little
Yeah,
bit. It's the
yeah.
same, like, can we just end it already? But obviously, they want Punk to win the title back at some point. So we just got to wait till when for that.
Yeah, I agree. What about AJ Lee? Do you think AJ Lee has re-signed for a long-term deal with WWE, or is it just if she does show up, that it's just a one match thing?
I think it's more of a one match type of thing with WrestlePalooza because we all know that's going to be on the ESPN app is this month, so they want to get that as much ratings as possible. And it's going to be in Chicago. No, they're going to be in Chicago tomorrow, so it's going to be a one thing. It's not a long term deal, no. But what if it's not AJ Lee? Could it be like Rhea Ripley, Nikki Bella? I also heard Britt Baker. I also heard Paige.
Oh wow. I did not hear any. The only other name that, based on what we've seen on camera on the show, I could see Rhea Ripley being the tag team partner for him. We've
Yeah.
seen them acknowledge each other on camera on the show, saying that they have each other's back and whatnot. But I mean, it just seems that they're really teasing hard that it's AJ Lee. If it's not AJ Lee, that's a massive ball that the WWE would be dropping. They would definitely drop the ball if they could not get AJ Lee on there.
Yeah. I mean, my friend and I were just on the phone like a couple hours ago. He's like, Mitch, Asuka and what is that, Io Sky with her?
Yeah.
They're going to take out Rhea Ripley tomorrow and have Rhea face Asuka at WrestlePalooza. Then Punk's got to find another partner, and then boom.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. Another thing I thought might happen at Clash in Paris was that I thought we might get a Brock Lesnar appearance,
Right.
and we did not get a Brock Lesnar appearance. When do you think we might see him again?
It's got to be what? WrestlePalooza? Wait, am I? Oh, I thought I was frozen for a sec. WrestlePalooza, I think, maybe. But I also heard Cena and Dom there. But I think it could be WrestlePalooza. What is after that? Perth? What is it?
I think it's Perth. Yeah, the show in Perth.
I think it could be Perth too. That would be. I think that would be good. No matter what, I just want it done. I just want the match done because here's the thing: you do that, you have that spot, and then you have what was it? Adam Pierce not Adam Pierce, the other guy, and then he goes. I heard from Brock Lesnar, then Logan Paul knocks him out. Like that's the last thing we heard from Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, Nick Aldis, right?
Nick
Yeah,
Aldis. Yep. Thank you.
Nick Aldis. Yeah. Uh, I hope I don't know, man. I don't know how many appearances Brock Lesnar has, but do you think they might save him to be John Cena's final match?
It could be The Rock too. I don't know if it's actually The Rock now. He lost all that weight.
You saw that?
Yeah, isn't that crazy how much weight he lost?
Mm-hmm.
The hell? So it could be Brock being the last match. I know AJ Styles is not going to be in there because Cena did the Styles Clash.
That's true. Yeah.
That was crazy. So I don't know. We'll have to see. It's either Brock or Rock.
If you were the one holding the pencil, if you had the booking power, how would you book John Cena's last dates remaining?
I just gotta think who the last match. I'm just gonna go to the last match. I think it will be like a gauntlet type of thing, and then whoever wins that will face Cena for the last run. And I thought it would be Carmelo Hayes at that point. So
Okay.
Carmelo Hayes needs a rub. He needs something. Why not Carmelo Cena? I'm fine with that. But the Miz could also, he had a great rivalry with Cena at that time. So why not give it to the Miz? I like the Miz. I'm a big fan of the Miz. So I wouldn't mind him seeing that match for one last time.
Miz is awesome, pun intended.
Yeah.
He's so good at what he does.
I know.
I feel like he's going through this period where he's got a show that he's hosting on the side, and that's why he's not really on as much. I don't know if that's still going on or if that's over, but they go through this rotation with the Miz where he's hot and then he's not, where they just use him to put over new talent, right? And that's I feel like that's the spot that they have him in right now. They're not using him as much, and when they do use him, it's to put over other talent.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Braun Breaker could be a nice choice there, but this whole thing with the vision and all that. So I'm trying to think. Can you imagine if it was Bronson Reed and Bronson Reed just did the tsunamis over and over and over again?
Well, what a way to have someone get written off the show permanently, right? Their career ends with like tsunami after tsunami after tsunami.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't like that would be nice for a visual, but this is John Cena. I really don't think that they're going to send him off that way. I feel like his final night, much like it was for Ric Flair, for example, I think it's going to be met with a lot of there's going to be a lot of people crying. There's going to be tears in a lot of people's eyes when we have John Cena for the final time.
That's why I'm not going to stream it. That's why I'm not. Because you know me, it's a big John Cena fan. Make-A-Wish, all that. My God, my heart broke when he announced his final run. And I'm just sitting here thinking it's going to be on Peacock. His last match is going to be on Peacock. It's going to be Saturday night's main event. So we're not going to have what Goldberg went through. Remember what Goldberg went through with the ads and all that? I'm like, they can't do that with Cena, so they did the right call putting that on Peacock.
So you mentioned the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and we've
Yeah.
talked about this before, right? But if you wouldn't mind, just run the story back for anybody who doesn't know.
Of course, if you guys want to know the story, I actually talked about it on my channel years ago. You can find it there. But really quick here. So when I was like, what was it? I had to say 11 or 12, right when I first started watching WWE. And the person from Make-A-Wish came to my house, and my mom called, set the whole thing up. So we were sitting in the dining room. And she was like, Mitch, what are your three wishes? Because you needed three. Just in case if one didn't work out, you got a backup and you got another backup. So my first one was John Cena, right? That was my first one right at the gate. Second one was Will Smith, because I'm actually a huge Will Smith fan. He's still my favorite actor, despite everything he's going through. He's still my favorite actor. And then three, I think it was like a football player or something. I honestly forget. But they were like, Mitch, it is so easy to get WWE, John Cena. You got it. And then so set the whole thing up. It was in Madison Square Garden. First, they sent a limo to us. We went to the limo. We took the limo to New York City. And then we met everyone backstage. Backstage was underground. So underground, and you were meeting like everybody. Mark Henry. When I was meeting Mark Henry, I was tying my shoe. And I look up and I see Mark Henry there. I'm like, please don't hurt me. I was so scared when I saw Mark Henry. And then I saw Teddy Long, Vince McMahon, Sandman. I saw all of these guys, and it was just something I never forgot. And then I was meeting John Cena. Like John Cena came in, and he didn't have the title because he was a WWE champion at the time. And I'm like, "Yo, where's your title at?" Because I wanted to see it, I wanted to hold it. And he's like, it's getting signed. I'm like, okay, sure, it's getting signed. Okay, so yeah, we met Cena. It was a great thing. He was great with my parents. We were with a small group of people who also made the switch. So it was cool spending the times with them. And this is the funniest part. We were waiting to go to the next thing. And I see someone walking down the aisle. And he goes, hey, what's up, guys? And I go, he speaks English. I yell, he speaks English. It was Umaga. It was Umaga because I was so young. I was like 11 or 12. And I'm like, he speaks English? What? And yeah, so I met Umaga. That was actually pretty cool to see. I really liked that. No Batista because he was doing like a cover shoot or whatever. And I'm like, damn, that was the one guy I wanted to meet as well, Batista. So yeah, that's the whole thing. The next day they took us to the NBA store. We were shopping all these clothes or whatever. It was a great day. Great weekend.
Did Umaga have the face paint on when you met him?
No.
No.
No. It was just backstage. He was just walking. And I'm like, hey, what the? He speaks English. Dang. Yeah. Like
I
all
think
these.
looking back, I think I actually thought that Umaga had all of that actually tattooed on him.
No, he had the arm tattoos and whatever. His face was completely fine.
Oh, okay, so he put that
No,
on
no
before the
pain or
show.
whatever. So
Okay.
I'm like, I'm still shocked I was him. I'm still shocked. And it's like, what, 20 years later? My
It's been
God.
damn, it's been 20 years since then.
I'm 31. I met him when I was like 10 or 11 or 12.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you still have any did you still have any keepsakes from that night?
I have a lot of stuff. I have the signatures of the shirts. They're framed in my room. Like they're all over my bedroom. I also have the headband. Like I have his headband. He had it on his arm. It fits my head. So
Wow.
I'm like, is this arm really big or am I that small? So I have the chain gang, what is it, medallion thing? So it still spins. That's hanging up as well. I think that's pretty much it. Like all the shirts and stuff. Yeah, I got. Do I have that? I think I might have the hat too.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden, and then years
So,
later you go to WrestleMania in Philly.
so actually, that weekend they filmed Saturday night's main event that weekend. It's the same day as the Monday Night Raw. So remember when John Cena got RKO'd by Randy Orton on the chair?
Yeah.
That was the one I was at. That
Oh.
was it. And right after, I forget if Raw was before or after. I think it was after. And then Cena was just laying there after getting RKO'd on the chair. I'm like, are we going to see Cena next? I was like, what do we do?
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Is John, so since your wish was to meet John Cena, is
Yeah.
he one of the ones that's on your Mount Rushmore?
Yes.
And who
Without
are
a
the
doubt.
other three?
He's my greatest of all time. Like,
Okay.
I got a good reason why he's the greatest of all time. Like,
Yep.
some people don't have a good reason, and I'm like, come on, you can't pick him for that. You can't pick him for that, so I got a real reason. So, who else? Shawn Michaels. Don't like only I have seen, or you're just like whoever.
Whoever, yeah. This is your
Whoever.
Mount Rushmore.
So I got John Cena, of course, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, The Rock.
John Cena, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and The Rock.
I loved DX. I loved DX. Like, I was a huge fan of DX. I had the glow sticks and whatever. My God, I love DX.
Yeah, so that's right. When you by the time you started watching, they were I don't know if they had started their second run as DX or not, or maybe it was a couple of years later. But yeah, that's right. You started watching during their second run.
Yeah, yeah. So DX was there. I still love the Hell in a Cell that they had with Big Show, Vince McMahon. My God, that was hilarious.
Is what is your best memory that you have of watching DX?
Okay, when they spray painted DX on the WWE corporate and they were up top on the roof, that was it. Oh my God, I forgot about this. Remember the limo where Vince McMahon supposedly died?
Yeah.
I thought that was legit. That was legit. I was asking my dad, I was like, wait, is he fully dead? Is he gone? He's like, man, he would have been all over the news by now. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah.
No, but the way they edited that, like they really made that look as real as possible.
Yeah, they definitely did. And that limo was in Philly. I was there, but my dad had work the next day. We had to bolt early, so we missed that.
Okay.
Yeah. My dad was always like, let's get out of there. He hated traffic. He hates traffic with the passion. So that way, he was just like, let's get out. Let's go. Like WrestleMania 40. We left exactly when The Rock came out. When The Rock came out, we bolted.
Oh my gosh.
And then once I got home, I still saw the rest of the match. Yeah.
I can't believe you left when The Rock came out. And that was on night 2, right? You went to
That was
night 2.
I went to night 1.
Oh, you went to night 1. So you didn't even finish watching that tag match?
Not
You
there,
left during
no.
the entrance?
Yeah. Because we were on the other side of where the parking lot was. So my dad was like, Mitch, we got to get going early. And it was so cold, I was excited to leave.
That's
Like,
right.
dude, when it was so cold, you can't breathe.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
That's right. Night 1 was the really cold night. I forgot about that.
Yeah. My dad was like so excited we left. And actually, one of my best friends, Tyler, he actually started hardcore sports with me. With me, him, and AK. He went. He was at WrestleMania. He moved to South Carolina like a couple years ago, so I haven't seen him since then. I actually haven't. We hugged. I have a picture of it in my phone. Yeah, right here. So sorry, he's wearing the Eagles jersey, so the green screen. So yeah, he came and visited me, and I was like, yeah.
That WrestleMania 40, so many cool moments, man.
Yeah.
But as good as the moments at WrestleMania 40 were, I feel like WrestleMania 31 sticks out just a bit more as far as moments go, with Seth Rollins doing the
Yeah,
heist of the century.
yeah. But we saw the not Seth Rollins. Yeah, Sami Zayn beat Gunther.
Yeah,
Like that pop was great. That pop was insane. And I hated the Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. I hated that so much because A, I couldn't really see it. Two, it was really quick. Jay's entrance was longer than the match.
what do we got here? Cameron, Mitch, I want to see Dawn Marie return to WWE.
Okay.
Also, I can't wait for Crown Jewel next month. Looking forward to it.
That is where Brock is gonna be. That's not Barkley. And for Cameron, the WrestlePalooza thing, I still gotta figure out how to watch it. I have a plan on how to watch it, so I'm gonna try to do the watch along for that.
So I mentioned the Seth Rollins Money in the Bank cash in. I think I mentioned to you earlier a few weeks ago that this year the Money in the Bank ladder match turns 20
Yeah.
because it started in 2005. So that said, I'm going to ask you this: what do you think is the best Money in the Bank cash in there has ever been yet?
Oh my God. I hated Cena's one. I hated that. Like he won it, and then he cashed in. It was like for Raw 1000, I think it was, right? I think that was
so.
it. And then so Dolph Ziggler.
I was there for that one.
No way, you were there?
I was there for that one.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
What was the pop like?
Oh my gosh, man! Like, so Fandango had his thing going on that night. The Fandango dance took off and everything. But man, when I tell you, when you heard Dolph Ziggler's music come on, and you see him come out with the briefcase,
Yeah.
Wow, loudest pop I had ever heard, loudest ever.
And then Edge, Cena. What was it after Elimination Chamber?
Yep.
That match, so that one as well. I'm trying to think of a good female one. Naomi's was good. Who's your favorite female cash-in?
Favorite female cash-in?
Because no one really talks about that.
I just for recency bias, like I guess I would default to Naomi, but
yeah,
I there aren't really ones that are all that memorable, frankly.
Right.
There haven't been that really, in my opinion, there haven't been any memorable female cash-ins for the Money in the Bank.
Nah. I'm trying to think, like, who else won it? I'm gonna look this up. I'm curious.
Wasn't Ronda Rousey cashed in on?
I think so, yeah.
And I think she was cashed in on by Liv Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's so. I guess that one, outside of Naomi, that would be the only that would be the other one. For me, and I guess just because it's Liv Morgan.
Io Shies was good. I got a list right here of all of them, so I'm gonna share the screen right here. There we go. So we got Naomi right there. Tiffany Stratton. I did not like how they used Tiffany Stratton for her casting. They waited way too long, kept on teasing it. Had to use her, what was it, Tiffany Time briefcase?
Yeah.
Io Shies was good. Liv Morgan's, that was Ronda Rousey, right? Nikki ASH. Asuka, Bailey. I have to go Alexa Bliss, actually. I'm going to go Alexa Bliss.
Asuka's wasn't necessarily even a cash-in. It was just an exchange between her and Becky Lynch.
Right? I hated that. It's like, she was wrestling pregnant.
Yep.
God, I hated that.
So, uh, you mentioned ESPN and what you have to try to figure out to do to be able to watch that. Um, so I guess my question for you with that is, where do you land on the ESPN WWE deal? Especially because you're really heavy into sports, right? So are you
Uh,
happy to see wrestling and sports coming together on ESPN?
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I'm not even getting the app. Like, I feel like my dad doesn't want to spend $33 a month. My dad doesn't want to do this. Like, we have so many other streaming platforms that we're paying for, and it's just like enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. We got Netflix, Peacock, Amazon Prime. I go on and on. So
Yeah.
the ESPN app to me is pointless because if I can watch all this stuff for free, I'm doing that. I'm doing that 1000%. I'm not paying for anything. My buddy was kind enough to give me his ESPN Plus login, but that did not include the ESPN app.
No.
So I'm like, okay, I'll take the ESPN Plus account, but I'm not paying for ESPN app.
I mean,
You're getting it, right? You're getting it?
yeah, we got it. Because not just for wrestling, but my wife is really heavy into football, so
Oh,
so she wants to use it for that. She'll watch wrestling with me, but for her, she gets to double dip with the entertainment because she's got the football games and the wrestling with it.
so I'm just confused for the football games. Is it exclusive to the ESPN app for some games or no?
I'm not sure. Football. I mean, it's Thursday night, so there's football going on right now.
Yeah.
Uh, if,
Eagle-
if she's, I know she said there's supposed to be. Who's playing tonight? It's the
It's the Eagles and Cowboys. I'm watching it
Eagles.
right now.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to ask her if she's actually able to watch it there or not.
It's actually on it's on regular cable. I know you guys don't have cable, so we got it. I'm watching it on cable right now. And then the football game tomorrow is on YouTube,
Oh,
free
no
on
way!
YouTube
Wow,
because it's I think it's in Brazil or something. It's in a different country for the
no
NFL
way!
Sunday because YouTube has NFL Sunday Ticket, so we got that game for free on YouTube.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I never heard of a football game taking place in another country.
Yeah, they've been doing that for years. The Eagles played
Really?
in Brazil. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles played in Brazil last year. Yeah, there were one. Their game was on a Friday, so they play all over the place. Like it's crazy what they do. Uh, uh, yep.
Hey, Christy.
Hey, what is up, Christy? How you doing? Chief Chargers are in deep. Yep, in Brazil. That's tomorrow. Yep, I'll be watching that.
That's wild.
Are you? John Cena's supposed to be on SmackDown. That's his last SmackDown tomorrow.
Really?
It's his last one.
Wow.
It's his
And
last one.
and it's in Chicago. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
choice. That's
yeah.
a good
So
choice.
it's his last one. Uh, I don't know how I'm gonna watch it because I'm watching football. I'm watching this, watching that. So, and I'm streaming tomorrow night doing this. So I'm like, ugh.
I can't wait to see what they do on SmackDown tomorrow. Mostly because I hear ticket sales have gone up for people anticipating to see the return of AJ Lee.
Watch it not be her. It's like watch it not be. It would be hilarious.
Ugh, I hope that doesn't happen. I
I would
really
love
hope it doesn't.
I would love for it to be Nikki Bella because it's what happened in the last one. That would be great.
If they can make that make sense, sure, I'll watch it.
I'll watch anything at this point. I don't care. I'm not paying for it, but I'll watch it.
When you were growing up, I think John Cena was one of your wrestling heroes, right? I think that's fair to
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Did you have other wrestling heroes growing up?
Growing up, I had to say Rey Mysterio because of my very first encounter watching him. So Rey Mysterio's one, Cena's one, Shawn Michaels because the whole thing with Ric Flair, him retiring Ric Flair, Undertaker. My God, I love the Undertaker. Triple H, Randy Orton, especially Edge. I go on and on. I go on and on.
Yeah. My wrestling heroes, The Rock,
Yeah.
Bret Hart. Bret Hart was definitely my first wrestling hero for sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah, he was my first one. Then The Rock, um, and then I don't recall anyone after The Rock. Like I was a fan of so many characters, but none that I could really say like I could call my own hero and stuff. So I
Yeah.
guess it's just Bret Hart and The Rock.
So I actually got a funny story. So hold on. Remember here, I'll let you read it. It's your show.
Yeah, no problem. Christy saying, remember CM Punk sold out the United Center on a rumor when he came back to wrestling in 2021. Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes were a few of my wrestling heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. So my funny story, right? I was only watching SmackDown when I first started. So
Okay.
when I first started wrestling, it was only SmackDown. And I remember I wanted to watch Raw because I didn't know who was on it. It was different superstars and all of this. At that time, I did not know what channel USA Network was on. So I was asking my dad when he was sleeping. I was like, Dad, what channel is the USA Network? What channel? He's like, I don't know. So I found it like the next day or something. So me finding Monday Night Raw on a whim, hilarious.
Hey, well, at least you found it.
Yeah, yeah,
At least you
and
found it.
you
That's
know,
good. That's real good. You've been watching wrestling for 20 plus years at this point. So has there ever been a lapse or a gap in your professional wrestling fandom? Have you ever stopped watching at any given point in time?
me a couple of times there were, but I would always keep up to date because of social media. So I would always keep up to date to see what was going on. But there would be times and stretches where I'm like, I don't want to watch this. I'd rather watch a basketball game. I'd rather watch football or stuff like that. Especially with the PLEs or pay-per-views back then. I
Mm.
wouldn't pay them. So the next morning I would wake up really early and see who won. And it was, what was it? I forget what my first Rumble was. I'm gonna have to go back and check. But yeah, I would always keep track. There would be a lot of times where I'm like, I don't want to watch it. It's not because I didn't like the product. There was other stuff going on.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But you still kept coming back all the time, right? So that
yeah.
said, you've got 20 plus years of wrestling fandom under your belt. So my question that I'm trying to get around to is what keeps your pro wrestling fandom going to this day?
Hardcore sports. I'm not messing with you. It's because it's hardcore sports. Because I met so many great people who love wrestling. Like you, Denise, I go on and on. Jeff,
Yeah.
because of him, I would still watch it to this day. There was like other people before I created hardcore sports. There was other people I love talking wrestling with. So it's YouTube pretty much. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't be watching wrestling. I wouldn't be talking with you right now.
Wow.
I might have gone to WrestleMania 40 because it's right there, but other than that, I wouldn't be watching. I wouldn't be talking about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
When you guys the weekend that Jeff passed away and you guys were watching AEW, who was the influence behind uh wanting to do a stream for AEW? I only ask that because I don't see that many streams for AEW PLEs.
So at that time, it was because Jeff and the guy who's no longer here and part of this network, Earl. So it was them two. They wanted to stream AEW. Earl wanted to stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and we were like, why not stream AEW? Because at that time, nobody was streaming it. And Jeff was like, I'll do it. And Earl was like, yeah, let's do it. So since then, they were just streaming AEW and they were getting hundreds of views because nobody else was streaming it at that time. So they would get a lot of views. They were loving whatever. I remember there was this, uh, I couldn't watch AEW. I forget which one it was. All In or September 4th around the Labor Day weekend. They would always have it because I would have a birthday dinner. And then I'm like, they would still be watching it, man. So it was mainly because of those two guys, how they watched AEW. Jeff loved wrestling. He loved it.
He
So,
did.
yeah.
He
It's
did so much.
Did he get you into AEW or you just picked it up and like go?
No, for me, watching AEW, and even to this day, it's very sporadic. But
Yeah.
watching AEW, it's just simply because it's an alternative to what I've always been watching. You know, I grew up being just a WWE, WWF fan, the entire time. When WCW would be on, uh, like my choice would always end up being WWE, TNA. By default it would be WWE just because I wouldn't have the channel that that TNA would broadcast on. But
Yeah.
now AEW is on and I'm able to watch it. So I tuned in just to, give it a chance because I didn't give or I couldn't give the others a chance in the past. Um but yeah, mostly been WWE my just about my entire life, but I tune into AEW when I can.
I'm not a big AEW fan. I'm not a biggest fan of Orange Cassidy. So that's like he kind of drove me away AEW.
With AEW has some moments under its belt that nobody can take away from them ever. Like if you ever, I don't know if you ever watched the First Dance when CM Punk came back to professional wrestling, and it was
Yeah.
on the first episode of AEW Collision.
Yes.
Oof, what a night in wrestling that was, man.
Right. I was actually doing a podcast during that time. I was streaming and I was on my computer or yeah, I was on my computer and on the tab watching that as I was live. So I'm like, damn, I would never forget that moment.
Yeah, man. And it's so like when you compare the two, right? You have CM Punk's return to pro wrestling in AEW, but then you have CM Punk's return to WWE, right? They're they're both so different, but but very similar at the same time, right?
Yeah.
One you were expecting, the other one you had no idea that it was coming your way whatsoever. Did you watch both?
I at that time AEW and WWE, yes,
Okay.
I I did. But
Which
I got so tired of Orange Cassidy, I'm like, I'm done, I'm out.
which CM Punk return had a bigger impact on you?
WWE.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would never happen. Survivor Series, when he comes out, I was again, I was live streaming this with a bunch of people, and I was getting so tired, I left. It was after it, and some people were like, "Yeah, there he is." I'm like, dude, Punk is back.
What a moment, man. What a moment
It
that was.
was, it was,
Because you even have the post credits start coming up, they're zooming out, and like they're giving you every indication to think that the show is over. And then you hear it.
yeah,
Da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na, and then he comes out. What a moment that was.
yeah. That was a
For
great moment.
For me, that was an emotional moment, just because that was the year that Jeff passed away, and I wish that he was there to be able to experience that moment.
Yeah,
So that's a pro wrestling moment that got me emotional. Has in your time in watching pro wrestling, has there ever been a moment that got you emotional?
Oh my God, where do I even begin? John Cena when he came back from his injury in the Royal Rumble. That was my first one. Because, Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30. Kofi Kingston, Kofi Mania, Undertaker. Undertaker breaking or Brock Lesnar breaking his streak. I
Oh
was with
yeah,
I was
yeah.
with a couple of people in my house, just watching it, and me and my guy on my right, we had Brock Lesnar winning, and the other guys had Undertaker winning. So me and them, we won. We won the bet, and my buddy was like to my left. It's like my childhood is ruined. I'm like, yeah, yeah. But I was right. I was right. So Brock Lesnar, um, my guy, I can go on and on. I go on and on.
I think we can agree that Brock Lesnar didn't need to be the one to break the streak.
No, who would have broken it though?
You tell me, who do you think should have broken the Undertaker streak?
At that time, Roman Reigns won a year after, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
So if it wasn't Lesnar, it was going to be Reigns. But like, I don't know. I don't know because who else was there? Who else was there at that time?
At that time, man, no. At that time, we didn't have Bray Wyatt, so we didn't have the version of Bray Wyatt that I thought would be perfect to beat the streak.
Yep, I agree with that. I agree. There was like so many. Kane wrestled him twice, right?
Yeah.
So third time the charm.
Yeah, it could there could have been a third one, but not as corporate Kane. It would like I feel like he would have had to have gone to his back to his roots,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original Kane.
You know what I kind of hated? The John Cena Undertaker thing.
At
Like,
WrestleMania,
yeah,
it was I to this day I don't know why they followed through with that. Such an awful build, like an awful in my opinion an awful payoff to the John Cena Undertaker match. But it was like we're gonna do it just to do it because they've never gone one on one at WrestleMania before. It was
yeah,
just doing it just to do it.
correct. And I'm like, it was only a squash match. Like 5 seconds.
Yep. Speaking of WrestleMania, so what is your favorite WrestleMania main event?
Okay, are we talking about night one or night two?
You
I
know
just,
what?
I
You
had
know
to throw
what?
that in there. I had to throw that in there.
If it has to be one at a night one, I will let it slide because you know where I stand about main events, night one
Yeah.
versus night two. So
Bloodline rules, night two, Cody and Roman. That's one. Daniel Bryan against, what was it? Randy Orton and Batista. Right there. That would be the second one. Um, there's so many. Cena versus Shawn Michaels, Cena versus Triple H versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 25. I go on and on. That whole trilogy. I'm just gonna go right there. That whole trilogy with Triple H and uh, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, right there.
mm, as far as the John Cena match goes, and it's not even a WrestleMania one, which is the funny part, but uh John Cena versus RVD One Night Stand 2006. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That had WrestleMania feels all over it.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if RVD was back here for Cena? That would have been good.
Mm.
Oh my God. And when Cena would have been a heel there. Did you like the heel run? You and I talked about this so many times.
Did I like the heel run? I didn't. I did not like the heel run, but I appreciate seeing what a heel run in today's day and age looks like.
Yeah.
Just because if we went the entire retirement run, him being a face, we'd always just wonder, man, I wonder what would have been like if they turned him heel. We never got that. Well, we got it, and it wasn't what we expected, but we got it. We know what it looks like, so now I don't have to wonder what it would have been like.
So for me, I told you this millions of times. I didn't care if it was a face or a heel. I just wanted to soak it in. He's my favorite of all time. He's my GOAT. So I'm like, here it is. Last year, gotta make it memorable. Is it memorable right now? Yes. Is there a lot of good spots in here? The reverse pipe bomb, the John Cena Randy Orton feud. I go like, dude, there's so many great spots in this. Why nitpick it? I hate when fans nitpick it. I hate Twitter. I hate
Yeah.
wrestling Twitter.
You know, I don't think John Cena is so good on the mic, but to be honest, I don't ever recall him going toe to toe on the mic with Paul Heyman before.
No,
Can you believe that?
I don't think. Yeah,
I'm surprised.
he didn't really go head to head. How many times did he go head to head with Punk? Once, twice?
Yeah, about yeah.
So it's just like he should have gone head to head with Randy Orton more. He should have done this, done that. It's like you can nitpick everything, but
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it as a fan, and I'm soaking in.
I'm
Soaking
good.
in.
We are a little past an hour, and I'm about to wind this down. This new job has really I haven't worked in a while, so I'm trying to get back into the groove of working.
Yeah,
And it's not there yet, so I'm gonna wind this down. So my last question that I ask at the end of at the end of the show, it's the same question, but I like asking it because I feel like you get a different answer every time.
yeah.
So you've been watching wrestling for so long. Uh, what have you learned from watching pro wrestling? Is there anything that you've learned, life lessons that you hold on to that you would like to pass on to future fans?
It's not fake. I'm telling you, the injuries, the bumps these guys take, it's crazy. Cena, what was it? His neck. What happened to Owen Hart?
Yeah,
Like, people think it's fake. The ladder matches, all this. They actually get hurt. And when I was at the Make a Wish, these women wrestlers had black and blue marks the size of my fist on their legs. So it was like this big. I met Candice Michelle. I met Lita, or I think it was Lita. I don't remember. But they were so big, like the bruises. I'm like, I saw that at such a young age, so I was like, okay, they actually do get injured here. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. Don't wrestle at home. Do not try this at home.
yeah, man. No, I agree, dude. It's predetermined, it's scripted, but what goes on in the ring, it's not fake, man.
Yeah.
The candlesticks, the shots of the candlesticks, the chair shots to the back, all that is real.
The
When
spots, like the high spots, like what Jeff Hardy did.
Yep,
Like, ugh.
like that's a real ladder he's jumping off of. He's landing on an actual person and going through a table at the same time. All of that is real. When people say, that's fake, okay, explain to me how that's fake.
Just like my dad's a doctor, so he's a radiologist, and he just dude, they get seriously injured from that, like out for such a long period of time, like ACL, MCL, the spine, especially the spine, their neck, Big E's not even been cleared yet.
I don't think he'll ever be cleared.
Seriously?
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Damn.
Yeah. It's
But Paige
unfortunate, but
was,
yeah, I don't
and
think he will.
That's just sad.
Yeah.
That is really sad. He was on a good run then too. He was on a very good run then. He was champ. And who did that? I forgot who did that move to him.
Ridge Holland.
That was it. He's not even in the company anymore, is he?
I don't think so.
There you go. What about Sasha Banks and Paige? Remember that?
I remember that, and luckily,
God.
luckily Saraya came back. But man, a little off topic, but AEW had both of them under one roof and never pulled the trigger on getting those two in the ring together. Shocking, man.
That's just
Shocking.
a shame. That's just a shame. WWE could have done it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Mitch. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. It's a special one. It's your birthday. Really appreciate it. Happy birthday to you. Anything you want to plug before we sign off tonight? I know you got something to plug. You always do.
So tomorrow, guys, on Steampunk Sports Pennsylvania, it's my Eagles podcast at 4:00. SmackDown tomorrow night. I'm not streaming it. My guy Mitch will be streaming that on the network. It's his first one. And that's pretty much it. Weekend Wake Up with me and Philly Halftime, episode 100, Saturday at 10:30.
Episode 100. That's a milestone right there, man.
Dude, this is not even my... What was it, like my third show hitting 100 or something? It's crazy.
Wow, man. Well, congrats to that. Happy birthday. Again, thank you for coming on, man. I really do appreciate it.
Of course.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to Mitch's channels if you haven't already. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for the Hot Takes and Headlocks YouTube channel. All right. Everyone, have a good night. Be safe. Mitch, happy birthday. And I'll see you again soon.
Appreciate that, man.